9th Town Board meeting. Just a note before we start, the board meeting scheduled for March 25th will be held at 2 p.m. and it will also be held via Zoom. Mr. Clerk, roll call.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Here.
Councilman McCarthy.
Here.
Councilwoman Noack.
Here.
Councilwoman Zarella.
Here.
Councilman Lohman.
Yeah. Okay, we have one site plan today, Mr. Trotter.
Yes, good afternoon, Supervisor, members of the Town Board. Liam Trotter with the Planning Department, and we have one site plan for the board to consider this afternoon, acting as the Board of Site Plan Review. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and present the application. Okay, so the application is New Singular Wireless, working as AT&T. The site is at the northeast corner of Jericho Turnpike and Plymouth Boulevard in Smithtown. And the proposal is for a Tier 2 personal wireless service facility for the installation of 6 panel antennas and associated telecommunication equipment within a rooftop concealment enclosure on an existing 2-story office building with ground equipment and a generator. Again, this is the proposed site. They're going to be proposing a rooftop concealment enclosure right at this red dot. I don't know if you can see it clearly. The proposal has already gotten planning board approval back in January, and the applicant has agreed to 2 conditions of site plan approval. The first condition is that they obtain a building permit from the town building department. And the second condition is that they obtain a DEC permit if deemed necessary from the State Department of Environmental Conservation. So this is a more detailed site plan. It shows the portion of the rooftop where they're proposing the rooftop equipment, the panel antennas, and they'll be proposing a generator in this location and the equipment cabinets at this location. It's very well screened. It wouldn't be from, the ground equipment wouldn't be visible from public site. This is an existing, the existing conditions of the building. This is an existing T-Mobile panel equipment that's enclosed, and they're gonna create a 3rd tower right in the middle. It's gonna match, it's a fake brick enclosure, so it's gonna match what the existing towers that are already there. This is another photo simulation from Plymouth Boulevard. This is the existing conditions, and this is what it would look like built. So very minimal visual impacts. The planning board's recommending approval based on those 2 conditions. Does the town board have any questions?
This system, is it used by any motorist in the area, residents, or is it specific to their operation?
It's a wireless facility. It's AT&T wireless telecommunication panels.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay, Mr. Trotter, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We'll reconvene sitting as Board of Water Commissioners. Deputy Clerk.
Okay, we have the Board of Water minutes from February 25th and 2 transfers between accounts.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarella.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes. Reconvening as the town board. And this afternoon, we have one public hearing. Deputy Clerk.
Okay, as the supervisor mentioned, the first, it's a public hearing to consider amending Chapter 221 of the Town Code entitled Property Maintenance regarding registration of foreclosed mortgages and vacant property. Martin Simon, Assistant Town Attorney, is here to describe the hearing.
Thank you, Regina. Good afternoon, Mr. Supervisor, members of the Town Board. I'm Martin Simon, one of the Assistant Town Attorneys for the Town of Smithtown. The purpose of today's sole public hearing is for the Town Board to consider amending Chapter 221 to establish a registry of vacant and abandoned foreclosing or foreclosed properties within the Town of Smithtown. Basically, this is coming from the spate of vacant properties stemming from foreclosures and people leaving their homes in financial distress, and banks having a portfolio of properties in the town that are not being properly maintained and certainly not maintained in compliance with Chapter 221 of our town code. So what this new code would do is it would set a standard whereby any property in the town which is vacant and abandoned and encumbered by a mortgage, which is subject to A, ongoing foreclosure action, B, has been the subject of a foreclosure action and a judgment has been entered, or C, has been the subject of a foreclosure sale where title was transferred to a bona fide purchaser, which is an arm's length transaction. If the property met any of that standard, it would be the obligation of the mortgagee or the bank or the mortgage holder to register the property with the town. I believe we're using the contractor ProChamps, who would run the software for us, wherein the mortgagee goes to our website and they would be able to register any properties that met this standard with the town, pay a $500 semi-annual fee, and then that way our public safety department would have a running inventory of properties that are vacant and abandoned and essentially subject to a mortgage. I know from conversations with public safety that our ordinance inspectors are going to be the boots on the ground for this program and do the inspections and keep track. And should a mortgagee fail to follow our code concerning the registry, they would be subject to a $5,000 penalty. And we would bring that action in our 4th District Court in Hopog. That concludes my presentation. Does anybody have any questions?
Mr. Simon, you said that $500 fee is semi-annual?
Yes, Supervisor.
Thank you. Any other questions?
No?
No.
Paul, is there anyone who wants to be heard on this public hearing?
Supervisor, I don't have anyone with their hands raised. However, I would just ask that anybody who wishes to be heard, whether it's now or during the public portion, to please utilize the raise your hand function. If you cannot find it, you can also use the chat function and I will call on you in the order that you listed your name. Thank you.
Okay, so we do not have anyone at this time,
No, Supervisor.
and then I will move to close the hearing.
Second.
Supervisor Wareheim,
Yes,
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilman Loman.
Yes.
okay, that concludes the public hearing. So Deputy Clerk, we can continue with resolutions.
Town Board to authorize the town clerk and the Planning and Community Development Department to advertise for a public hearing to be held via Zoom at 2 p.m. on Thursday, March 25th, to consider the Community Development Program Year 2021 and to disseminate such public notice to interested community groups. The town board also to authorize the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing via Zoom video conferencing on the 6th day of April 2021 at 2 p.m. to consider the town board's own motion for a change of zone from office business to neighborhood business for the property located on the southeast corner of Smithtown Bypass in Hopog.
Councilman Loman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes,
We have consent agenda controllers number 1 to 25 and 1 consent resolution.
is there anyone on the town board that wishes to remove any resolution from the consent agenda?
No.
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 Mr. Clerk?
Councilman Loman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes,
Town Board to issue a CEQA negative declaration determination in the matter of the change of zone petition 2010-09 by SSC Holding Group located at the north side of Jericho Turnpike, 925 feet west of Plymouth Boulevard. And in the matter of the application for site plan approval by New Singular Wireless for the property located on the northeast corner of Jericho Turnpike and Plymouth Boulevard in Smithtown.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
yes,
Councilman McCarthy,
yes,
Supervisor Wareham.
yes,
Authorize the town clerk to advertise for the following bids. Bid 21023 for the parking lot paving at Flynn Memorial Park, 2119 arts and craft supplies, and 2125 sporting goods.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
yes,
Councilman McCarthy,
yes,
Supervisor Wareham.
yes,
Award the following bids and authorize the purchase of associated goods and services. Bid 2074, contract number 2 for roof replacement at Smithtown Highway Yard, Red Barn to West Star Construction Corporation. Swimming pool chemicals to Twin County Swimming Pool Maintenance and Supply Company. 21011, the athletic field to Custom Clay Incorporated. And 219, electrical maintenance and repair to Greg Smith Electrical.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella, Councilwoman Inzarella.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
yes,
Councilman McCarthy,
yes,
Supervisor Wareham.
yes,
The town board to approve the following resolutions. The renewal of the software maintenance agreement for the town's business automation services tax collection software with SHI Government Solutions. Bay Constable Dan Shannon and Steve Bennett to attend a New York State Marine Law course at the New York State Office of Parks and Recreations from May 3rd through May 7th. They will utilize a town vehicle. Course meals and lodging are free, and the employees will be reimbursed for fuel and tolls. Fire Marshal Anthony Verney and Kyle McCarthy to attend the New York State Introduction to Fire Investigation course at the New York State Fire Academy from May 3rd to May 7th at a cost of $191 each for attendance, lodging, and meals with the $25 registration fee. Employees will utilize the town vehicle and will be reimbursed for fuel and tolls. Adoption of the Highway Department Road Program for 2021, subject to the conditions as stated in a memorandum from the Assistant Environmental Protection Director. Extension of bid 2022 for the polyurethane bags with Central Poly Bag Corporation. Renewal of an agreement with Total Technology Solutions for remote monitoring and support of the town's computer network through December 31st, 2021. Renewal of global service plan with Rainbird Corporation for the central irrigation control system at the Paul J. Fitzpatrick Country Club. A partial refund of funds drawn from the irrevocable letter of credit number 1580 in the amount of $74,899 for the subdivision known as AJ Platt, declared in default per the resolution dated October 5th, 2020. Change the name of the Handicap Service Advisory Board to the Office for People with Disabilities Advisory Board effective immediately. And there's 2 amendments to the CSEA collective bargaining agreement. The first is regarding the title of the Senior Citizen Bus Service Supervisor, and the second is the Senior Citizen Club Leader.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
yes,
Councilman McCarthy,
yes,
Supervisor Wareham.
yes,
Authorize the exception of a check donation from Margaret Goodyear for $50 to the animal shelter, and it's a donation to Horizons Counseling and Education Center from Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration in the amount of $750 to be used for the 2021 Communities Talk Town Hall meetings to prevent underage drinking.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
yes,
Councilman McCarthy,
yes,
Supervisor Wareham.
yes,
Authorize the supervisor to execute the following resolutions on a form approved by the town attorney. the Department of Environment and Waterways to prepare and the supervisor to sign and submit a letter of intent and application to the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation Clean Vessel Program to obtain partial grant funding for costs associated with the operation and maintenance of 3 existing vessel pump-out facilities. The supervisor to execute an annual agreement and submit a request for reimbursement to receive the funding. Amendment to the next 3 resolutions are regarding amendments to the municipal cooperative agreement. The first one is with the Wisconsin Fire District, the second with the St. James Fire District, and the third with the Village of Nissaquag. All 3 are for radio dispatch services for the town to provide backup dispatching during the time of the transition of service to the Suffolk County Fire Rescue and Emergency Services. The Wisconsin and St. James is on a letter dated December 10th, and the Village of Nissaquag is December 29th. The next 3 resolutions are regarding specialized service agreement with the Recreation Department. The first is with 0 Point Energy Training Center for yoga and Tai Chi classes from April 1st, 2021 through March 2022. The second is Mineras Parkview Riding Center Incorporated for horseback riding programs from April 11th through December 13th, 2021. And the third is with Signature Music Enterprises doing business as Grace Music School regarding music fun time camp sections during July 12th, 2021 through August 20th, 2021. Residential repair agreement between the town and Suffolk County Office for the Aging, effective April 1st through March 31st, not to exceed $23,631. And the last is a parking easement agreement with Harbor Building Corporation, owner of property situated in St. James.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy. Unmute, Mr. McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes.
The town board to approve a settlement with Ralph Milano in the amount of $1,950.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wareham.
Yes.
And the last is the personnel issues, resolutions 1 to 3 as described on the agenda.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wareham.
Yes. That concludes resolutions. We reconvene as Board of Site Plan Review. We have 1 site plan to vote on.
Okay, conditionally approve the site plan described at the beginning of the meeting by Liam Trotter. And it's to conditionally approve new Singular Wireless for a proposed Tier 2 personal wire service facility for the installation of 6-panel antennas and associated telecommunication equipment with a rooftop concealment enclosure on an existing 2-story office building, a ground equipment compound and generator. And it's located on the northeast corner of Jericho Turnpike and Plymouth Boulevard in Smithtown.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wareham.
Yes. That concludes our town business. Nicole, do we have anyone wishing to speak on any town matter?
No, Supervisor. I will just give people one last chance to find the raise a hand button or use the chat function before closing it. I don't see anybody with their hand up or utilizing the chat function at this time.
We'll give it a second.
Still no one.
Okay, in that case, I will move to close the meeting.
Second.
Supervisor Wareham,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.